What's up, you guys? It's your favorite cutie, Tati, and this is another installment of Talking with Tati. So today we're going to be talking about the power of just being yourself and not having expectations. So I have been thinking about my life lately and how I just feel so good just going places, even if it's just to hang out, like going to an event, just being in life and just carrying on as just my complete authentic self. The reason why I feel like this is so powerful is because, have you guys ever heard of that like quote of needing nothing attracts everything? I feel like this is exactly that. So basically, all right, like I felt like when I was really heavily focused on my art and when I was really focused on like acquiring, like whether that's opportunities, partnerships, collaborations, and stuff like that, that I feel like honestly was hindering me, because I feel like when you go into every space being a person who is looking to attract something or looking to get something, it kind of cuts off your natural flow from just being able to show up and let things naturally flow in. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, because it could be, like I always say, this could be in multiple capacities. Like, there's so much pressure on everything when you're always expecting something. Like, when you're going somewhere to get something, per se. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to an event and you are dead set on, oh, I have to talk to this person because this person does this. And if I connect with this person, then we could do this and we could do that. As opposed to just showing up. And you could be intentional. Don't get me wrong. You can be intentional and set intentions. Always be intentional. Setting intentions is everything. So you can always go into a space being like, you know what, my intention is to connect with others that are going to, further me in this path, or connect with others with like minds and like goals and stuff like that. Or I intend to hopefully meet somebody who does this or that. And then just going and just being there and being in your full self and not being someone who is thirsty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, have you ever had somebody who wanted something from you and you could tell, like, maybe they wanted you to mentor them or something, and they're coming to you and you could almost feel like the desperation for them to connect with you? It's actually like a repellent. It's not actually getting you. It's not showing, like, yeah, it's showing that you really want to work or connect with somebody, but also it's repelling them from you, because it's kind of like you're putting them on a pedestal. Whereas opposed to if you go somewhere and you're just naturally being yourself and you're having a good time, you're in a good energy, you're going to naturally meet people. You're going to naturally talk to them. You're going to naturally like attract opportunities and people who are interested in what you're doing and want to get to know. That is so much better than being someone who is just hyper focused on getting. Like, what can I get? Just go into a space and radiate, be yourself, and have your best life. So, and then I've also just noticed how beautiful it is and how more aligned like opportunities and experiences like flow to you when, even outside of the event example, when you were just like operating in your most authentic self, showing up and being honest with yourself and being honest with others. Because while yes, so I feel like the reason why sometimes people are scared to be themselves is because they're afraid that it's going to repel people, right? Like, oh dang, if so-and-so really knew my true feelings about this, maybe they wouldn't like me. And you know what, that's true. But also what's true is maybe if you also shared your real authentic views on things, you're going to attract other people who are actually more aligned with you, because they feel similar ways, or they resonate with you, they resonate with what it is that you're giving off, and like attracts like, as opposed to pretending to be something that you think that people want you to be, and then by nature you're going to attract things that are kind of misaligned in a way, because it's like you're not showing up completely real. You're not being yourself to the point where the people who are like you and who would recognize and appreciate you are able to see you and then therefore connect with you, because you're not showing up. You're showing up with a mask. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've been thinking about this a lot, because I think about, well, why right now does it feel so amazing to me, like, just to show up and no pressure, and why can I now show up with this kind of authenticity? I think it's because I've stopped trying to pretend. I've stopped trying to pretend that I'm anywhere other than I am. This is where I am. Either you fuck with it or you don't. period. This is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. I used to be afraid. Like, even when, just like I told you guys, if you guys are on this channel, like, I posted a video about why I'm not religious, right? And that has been something that I never really like to share unless it's like on an intimate one-to-one basis and people are asking me like, what do you believe, blah, blah, blah. Especially now with everybody all of a sudden coming out and being super hyper Christian all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not me. And it is so freeing because you know what? If you don't like me because of what I believe or what I don't believe, then that's fine. The worst thing that can happen is somebody that you probably wouldn't even like doesn't like you back. So what? You know what I'm saying? There's no sweat. There's nothing to be lost or, by people not liking you, honestly. And there's so many people on this earth. There's so many people on this planet who would love to love you, but they can't do it unless you're just being yourself. And there's so many opportunities in the universe that would love to come and partner with you, and doors that would love to open with you, but they can't because you're not showing up authentic and you're not trusting that, there is going to be a safety net to catch you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's the universe and how things work. It's almost just like when you trust, there's no other option but for the universe to show up and show out. And you could interchange this with God too, because it's just like, why would God, the universe, give you a vision that you can't, acquire? Why would God give you, a mind to think these thoughts and, come to yourselves? And why would God, place certain things in your heart if you weren't able to trust God, the universe, and take leaps of faith in order to be, surprised and caught and make, what is it called? Not an example. It is an example, but also like a demonstration, like, a demonstration of faith. Like, I feel like part of the reasons why we all go through things and why we have, these experiences is so that we can inspire others, a testimony, if you will, so that you can share like, oh yeah, I remember when I was here and I was that, and then I had faith in myself that I could do this, or I had faith in God or whatever, and everything worked out, and that frees somebody else. And then you turn on the light for somebody else, and you inspire somebody else to trust in themselves and take a leap of faith and to do something that they normally wouldn't do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very important. It's all about, it's like the cycle of inspiration, and it's how we push others forward and push ourselves forward, because also the more that you trust yourself in the universe, the more that you're able to do, and the bigger your faith becomes, so that you can really walk in your truth and walk in alignment with the things that are for you. So all just to say, like, if you're somebody who's scared to be yourself in any kind of way, this could even be like, say you are a part of the LGBTQ community and you're hiding it from yourself and from others. And yes, I say yourself because sometimes people will lie to themselves because of what? Society, indoctrination, just because everything is not going to be easy. It's not always easy to show up to be yourself, but that doesn't mean that it's not worth it. Doesn't mean that you won't be rewarded for it, because in your personal life, the fulfillment that you can feel when you're actually just showing up in your raw truth and aligning with others who do the same, it's a way of life that everybody should experience. And I just want to encourage you to turn your light on, be who you are, and let those who don't accept it to fall away, so that you can make room for new. Okay, make room for those new experiences, those new opportunities, and the way. I really feel like it lights the pathway to your success. The more you're yourself and the more authentic you are, the better your life is. And you can see this every single day, because the people that we look up to, celebrities, they're more themselves than most people, and people love them for it. Even the most craziest people like Kanye West and Nicki Minaj, they do the craziest things, say the craziest things, but they're the most loved, most successful, because they're not ashamed to be themselves. And consider that the next time you want to. Just start. Affirmation: I am capable of achieving my goals. Reminder: I am not too old to start chasing my dreams, and it's never too late, and it's never too late to start being yourself. Practice: it's okay if you need to start from zero. You will figure it out along the way. Stay focused on your own path. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, and remember that starting is the biggest step. What a great card, you guys. Yes, get started today. Be yourself. Let those layers fall away, and anything that is not you, let it go. Follow me everywhere. Oh, your name is Tati, and also at It's the Tati Show, and I'll see you guys over there. Love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Besos. Have the best day. Have the best life. Subscribe if you like.